Hi there YouTube. Today I'm going to be starting more seeds, which is probably what I'm going to be doing in the next few videos because I have a lot of seeds to start. But today I want to plant up my pepper seeds. I narrowed it down to 8 different varieties, which was kind of hard for me because I grew a ton of varieties last year, but I just kind of realized there were quite a few peppers that we grew that I just did not end up utilizing over the winter. So I really wanted to narrow it down and focus on things that I knew I would use or things that I wanted to grow for decorative purposes. I also have 2 flats of perennials I want to start as well. So let's go over the peppers that I'm growing this year. I'm going to grow this jigsaw pepper, which is a variegated pepper, like the leaves are variegated. I just thought that this would be so pretty for some containers. I have an ornamental pepper, which I grew last year from Dollar Seed. These were like red, orange, and yellow little mini peppers, and they were super prolific and they were really, really cute. So I think I'm gonna grow them again as well. I know most people think bell peppers are basic, but we love bell peppers around here, so I'll be growing quite a few bell pepper plants. And on that note, I also purchased this yellow monster pepper. It's supposed to be a really, really big bell pepper, which I thought these would be amazing for stuffing. We have the New Mex Joe Parker. I use these in fajitas. They have just a little bit of heat to them, but not much at all. They're kind of like a bell pepper where they're really mild, but these were great for just adding into like dishes where I needed to saute peppers. I actually used quite a few of these over the winter time. Pepperoncinis. I didn't grow any last year, but the season before I grew pepperoncinis and they were so prolific, and I jarred so many that I actually still have 1 jar from that season still to use in my kitchen. But I've realized that we're running out of pepperoncinis, so I'm definitely going to be growing a ton of pepperoncini plants this year. And pepperoncinis are expensive at the store. You can easily spend $5 or $6 for a large jar of pepperoncini peppers, and anywhere I can cut down our grocery bill with our gardening, I'm gonna do. I'm also gonna be growing these bird's eye chili peppers. This is the chili that most Thai dishes are spiced with, and I just thought that it would be really nice to have because I love cooking Thai dishes. And then the last pepper that I'm growing is just an early jalapeno pepper because, you know, everyone needs jalapeno peppers. That's all I'm growing this year. It may seem like a lot to some people, but it's a hugely narrowed down amount of peppers compared to how many I grew last year. I had a full bed of peppers last year, and let's be real, I'll probably have a full bed of peppers this year, but they'll be peppers that I'll actually eat. While my parents were in town, they took me to Costco because I don't have a Costco membership. One of the things I like to purchase at Costco are eggs because they're so effing expensive. So I thought in order to cut the cost of my 24 eggs, I would actually reuse this plastic container and we would start all our peppers in this, and this will definitely go on a heat mat once we are done sowing because peppers love heat and they love humidity, so they really need to be covered in order to get the best germination from them as well. How much would 24 eggs cost in your area? Because these were like 16 bucks, and that was at Costco, which is normally like a discount place. So this is crazy. I really have been thinking about getting chickens, but then all this bird flu stuff is going on and that kind of has me paranoid. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting chickens this season. I just don't know. Growing peppers from seed is super duper simple. All you really need to make sure to do is that you give them adequate heat and humidity. That's the 2 main things. And you don't want to bury them too deep as well because pepper seeds only get buried 1/4 of an inch deep. I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 seeds per cell in each one. And for this jigsaw pepper, I'm gonna do 4 cells worth. When I sow seeds that are 2 per cell, I try to spread them out, do 1 on one side of the cell and 1 on the other side. That may be pretty intuitive, but I like to give those basic garden tips because I didn't think of that when I was first starting out. And then we're just gonna cover up those 4 lightly. 1/4 of an inch is not much soil. You just kind of want to bury it. Add our label in, and I'm going to do that for the rest of them. I just realized I can't close my top because of these plant tags. I'm going to have to cut them down further, which is fine. all sealed up. Here we have all of our pepper plants planted up and sealed up. These should germinate within 7 to 10 days. I'm gonna put these on a heat mat underneath a grow light and hope for the best. Now let's get on to the rest of the perennials that I have to sow for today. Next up, I have some annual and perennial flowers that I want to sow in this 10-20 tray right here. I have Heliopsis Burning Hearts. I got this from Select Seed. It is a perennial, basically sunflower. It's a branching flower that is in the sunflower family. It's yellow and red bicolored, and it's supposed to flower very prolifically, 3 to 4 feet tall and 1.5 feet wide. So the perfect little plant to kind of tuck into your garden to add a little bit of height and dramatic color. Super excited about this one. I have Arcado Pink Hyssop. I have grown other versions of hyssop, or agastache is another name for them. I've grown a raspberry colored. It was called Raspberry Daiquiri Agastache, but I just thought that this color was super pretty, so I wanted to add it to the garden as well. I have Louisa Eloise. I got this from Select Seed, and I haven't never heard of this flower before, but I thought, wow, look how beautiful those blooms are. It's a perennial, and it's supposed to only get 6 to 8 inches tall and 8 inches wide. But I just thought that it was just something really, really interesting. And the fact that it was a perennial, I was like, add to cart. Because like I say on my channel all of the time, if you can grow something that is a perennial instead of an annual, grow the perennial. Like, why not grow the perennial? I want to grow it once and never have to grow it again and just have it come back every year. I have Snow Cloud, Jupiter's Beard, which I'll have to put a picture up on the screen because Swallowtail doesn't have any pictures on their seed packets. But this is a perennial that is supposed to have, I think, little red berries. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check that because I can't remember without the picture here, but I'm like 99% sure this has little red berries and it's used for cut flowers. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it later in editing. Trimix Alpine Aster. These are a perennial aster plant. Just wanted to add some asters to my garden because I don't think I have any asters in my garden. And then the last thing that I have is Angelica. I wanted to grow this as like a mist for cut flowers. It's a biennial. It's supposed to get 6 feet tall and 2 to 4 feet wide, and it's supposed to have a licorice flavor. It's a medicinal plant as well, so not that I'll be eating it. I definitely want to grow it for those blooms in that really interesting stem color. It's like a purple stem color as well. All right, let's sow these. For the Heliopsis Burning Hearts, this is just a surface sow. And I think I'm just gonna do a full row of it if I have enough seeds. I don't think I have enough seeds. I tried this last year and I got seedlings, but then I didn't harden them off correctly. I kind of got lazy in my hardening off process and they suffered. So looks like I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 cells worth because I want to do 2 seeds in each cell. So that's the Heliopsis Burning Hearts. Next up, we'll do this Arcado Pink Hyssop. It says that it has 50 seeds in it. So I'll probably do the full packet and just do the rest of this row and this row as well. Oh gosh, I think I just dropped a seed on the thing, so there'll probably be a random agastache pop up somewhere. And I want to say these are surface sow too, right? Yes. Y'all, we're really starting to make a dent in my 8 to 10 week seeds. I think we only have like probably another round of seeds, like another handful, maybe 2 flats full of seeds to start. I'm so excited. But then it goes to the 4 to 6 week or 6 to 8 week. And that section's kind of big. The 4 to 6 week is not that big, but that 6 to 8 week, there's a lot of stuff to start in that time period. I think I'm gonna have like just enough seeds to kind of have sprinkled quite a few seeds on each cell. Yeah. Next up is the Louisa Elise. I love that name, Elise. I think that that's so pretty. It's a seed packet within a seed packet. That means these will probably be pretty small. Not that bad. They're small, but they're not as bad as like a Snapdragon is. Jupiter's Beard says lightly cover the seeds. Yeah, those are quite a bit bigger. A good rule of thumb is the thickness or the bigness of your seed kind of indicates how deep they go. The smaller the seed, the less likely it gets buried at all. The bigger the seed, the more likely it gets buried, and the deeper it goes, the bigger it gets. Just a little rule of thumb. Trimix aster, it says barely cover. Oh, I don't have many seeds of this left. There's like 6 seeds there. So I guess this will be half of a row. And then Angelica, it says 1/16 covering, which I've never seen before. The most I've seen is 1/8. So I'm gonna assume that this doesn't really get covered much. Oh my God, wait, these seeds are big. Maybe they do get covered a little bit. I am gonna cover these a little bit because they do look quite big. Thing is, I don't know what's the seed and what's like a husk, because there's like what looks like shells, and then there's like the insides of it too. It looks like it's been crushed or something. So I don't really know what I'm doing here. And the final 2 things I want to start with you guys today are anise hyssop, which this is a beautiful purple perennial flower. Absolutely love this. I just want to have more of it in the garden. And then I also want to grow candy tuft. I tried to grow this last year, but failed to even get this to germinate. Actually, no, I got it to germinate, but I had the seedlings die. I think I forgot to water them or something. They were just one of the casualties of the grow room. And I'm gonna grow both of these in old takeout containers just to make it easy, and so that I can sow these as just a flat, scatter the seeds all over the surface of the soil. This is still that part of the season where I'm like, oh, I feel good about everything. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't have a bunch of seedlings that are grown up and like taking up a bunch of space everywhere. I don't have a ton of fungus gnats yet or anything. This is the good part of seed starting still for me. Give me probably through the 6 to 8 week ones. That's when the 8 to 10 week stuff starts to need to be like potted up, and stuff just starts to get really, really crammed for space. And for my attention, that's another thing, because you only have so much attention that you can give things, and mine gets strained towards the end of the growing season, or the end of the seed starting season anyways. I get very ready to put everything outside, believe me. I love starting a ton of seeds, but it does kind of get annoying to have so many plants in your house for just a short period of time. It gets to be a little bit overwhelming. I want a greenhouse so bad. I actually have started to collect old windows because I think I'm gonna build a greenhouse. I thought there's so many different ways of doing greenhouses, and I think that building one is gonna be the best way for me to go about it here in Colorado. I just feel like those kit greenhouses wouldn't stand up to the snow loads that we get here. And I also want something that's not gonna cost an arm and a leg to heat in the winter time. So I feel like having something where I can add like as much insulation as I want to it is the way to go about it. So I think we're gonna probably be building a greenhouse next season. This season, I'm just kind of like going to different secondhand stores and picking up windows and doors and all types of fixtures and everything for the greenhouse. But I'm excited to like finally have gotten started on it, because this week was the first week we actually went and picked up some supplies for it. I picked up 4 windows. Anise hyssop is just a surface sowing. It's super duper tiny seeds. I think I'm gonna sow most of this pack, at least half of it, because I purchased 3 of these packs. As you can see, it says 3X because I literally ordered 3 because I was so obsessed with this perennial that I wanted to grow a ton of it. Looking back on that now, I did not need 3 packs of seed, but Sometimes I get over ambitious and over purchase things. I think that that's plenty. Let's go ahead and sow this candy tuft. And it's a surface sowing as well. The seeds are a lot bigger, though. Not a lot bigger, but they're not specks, you know. Gotta go get more water for the sprayer. And you know what? I actually have some vermiculite. I'm gonna sprinkle some vermiculite on the top of these ones because they're going to be in a super humid environment with there being a lid on them and everything. And I noticed with my last seedling round, the ones that I had under humidity domes started to grow green algae, which didn't really affect the seedlings. I still had germination, but it's not ideal. So I thought we'll try some vermiculite to cut down on that. This grow room is really starting to look full. We've got this side over here looking like this. And then we have this side over here kind of looking like that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know if anything that you have started has started germinating yet. I have my sweet peas germinating. I have a few violas and pansies germinating. What else do I have germinating? Oh, a ton of coneflowers have germinated. I'm super excited about that. What else is in here? Goldenrod's germinated. We have quite a few things starting to germinate, but I'm still looking forward to a couple of things still. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys around for whatever video I come up with for next time, which will probably be more seed starting because, like I said, we have at least 4 more videos worth of seed starting, literally. I may do some of them off camera. Thanks for watching. Bye guys. I feel like this could get repetitive really quickly. Right, Ella? It could get pretty repetitive, huh? Yeah. Bye guys.